What's up guys, Koma here, and so today we're going to be doing a video on the new Halo Infinite weapons that are actually accessible through custom games, and only custom games as of right now. And I'm going to quickly show you how to do it before we start getting into the details of all the different weapons. There are quite a few weapons, I want to say, that are, drastically change how these work, and I quickly want to show you how to get into it. So first of all, this is currently being recorded on the 30th of November, so we're getting really close to Halo Infinite's campaign coming out. So I don't have access to any of that. Here's all the multiplayer stuff, as you can see. All my stuff is currently loading. Currently, as we stand, the Tenrai event is going to leave pretty much when the afternoon hits for me. So yeah, anyway, let's go into showing how we can get these weapons. So first of all, you can pick any map, but the mode is going to be specifically, what's it called? Fiesta. Personally, I'm going to put it for Recharge, probably one of my favorite maps right now, and make sure Arena Slayer gets changed to Fiesta Slayer. So once you have Fiesta Slayer, go into Mode Editor, and under Sandbox, weapon racks and placements need to be turned on, and also power weapon pads. For convenience, I'd recommend turning on infinite ammo, just because when you pick up these weapons, you're going to have a lot of ammo to mess around with. Everything else, you can pretty much stay in the same place. You can turn on equipment and stuff like that if you want to. That's your call. And that is pretty much everything. For bots, I would say, just put 2 on the enemy team, because I think 4 is probably going to be a lot running around, even if they're on the lowest difficulty. Therefore, you can mess around with the bots and stuff like that. Also, I'd recommend putting the time and score up to unlimited if you can. Why is it? Okay, it was skipping. Is that a bug? That was weird. I don't know why it was for whatever skipping timed around, whatever. And then finally, you're gonna have to turn on your local offline, because apparently whenever you do this on Xbox Live, it will not work. So turn it to local offline and boot it up. And as you run around quite a bit of the map, you'll end up finding some of the different weapons that you can have access to. Number one, in the campaign, whenever you unlock them and find them, and what they might even put into Fiesta in the future. The only problem about that is I do think some of these weapons are kind of on the power creepy side, such as the Gravity Hammer and maybe the Energy Sword. So here we are loading in. Really nothing's changed right now. I mean, you're not going to be able to see a huge difference besides just me and the repulsor, it seems. So we'll see if we can quickly find our first weapon here. Here you go. So you already have the Arcane Sentinel. So yeah, that's pretty much everything. It's easy and simple. As you can see, I got the other plasma pistol here. So yeah, I think what I'll do now is I'll get into the nitty-gritty of everything, and yeah, I'll see you guys on the flip side. Alright, so now we have the Unbound plasma pistol. As you can see, it's completely white. A lot of these weapons just randomly turn white. There's really no color difference to them. So the big difference between the normal plasma pistol is mainly the overcharge. The projectile's very quick in comparison to the original plasma pistol. Now, I'm not quite sure if there's anything different with this thing, besides maybe how many shots you can fire with this thing. Let's see, it's kind of a lot. So, and there's no damage difference either. It takes just as much to kill a Spartan as it would literally anything, the normal plasma pistol. So really not that big of a deal. It's just that projectile is fast. not too interesting, unfortunately. So, looks kind of cool, and it definitely gives the plasma pistol its well-needed upgrade when it comes down to, you know, actually shooting a projectile. So, it's pretty much an upgrade. Oh, wait. Perfect. Alright, well, moving on. I accidentally lost the Sentinel beam, so we'll see what's over here. Actually, you know what? I'll just cut to the next one. Alright, so I ended up finding a fun one after picking up the green gun. So this is the Rushdown Gravity Hammer. And this one is actually really interesting because it keeps aspects of the Tortoise's Gavel from H5 by giving you faster movement speed and a higher jump. So, ooh, which one's this? This is the normal Mangler. Pick it up to cycle that. So it's kind of cool because the distance on the gun is actually much further than the typical gravity hammer. And to compare the jump height, typically by default you cannot jump this here, but you can jump it with this. As you can see, you're able to clamber that, so really big difference there. See if I can get a good distance on this guy. Oh yeah, the energy sword, that was not a good one. Let's cycle this weapon too. So yeah, really cool. In fact, the energy sword is very similar to another rec variant from H5. In fact, actually, can I shoot that again? Oh, they don't have a rocket again. I wanted to reflect it. Alright, well, yeah, really cool variant. Very strong. This thing in Fiesta would be kind of OP. I think it also swings faster, too. Here, actually, he dropped the normal gravity hammer. Let's find out. Leave me alone. Stop. So this is normal gravity hammer. This dude. Stick him this way, and this is Rushdown. I don't see much of a difference within the speed, but it's pretty obvious in the jump height and the movement speed increase, so very cool variant. It's nice to see the gavel coming back one way or another, and I think we'll be moving on to the next one. Well, it was here, but I guess it got taken. That's fine. Alright, well, oh, I see your next contender. Alright, so here's another cool one that I found. So this is the Pinpoint Needler. So in comparison, you can see the difference between the two. One's white, the other's purple. And as you can see, I'm really not hitting my shots here until I grab this one, and yeah. So basically all this one is they give it a mag increase by 4 needles, and by default, you're able to have this really cool Hydra lock on, which really takes this weapon to a whole nother, case of, tracking. As you can kind of see the tracking coming into play very quickly. They track almost like the classic Hydra from H5. It's kind of nuts, and I want to say the projectile speed is just as good as the Blood of Suban needles in H5. But you can see there's a significant decrease in like the speed and like the required amount of needles to actually kill somebody. So by far one of the best weapons, really. I don't think the needle pattern is changed at all between the two. Ooh, and there's what we're gonna look at next. So, really one of the coolest weapons so far. Yeah, I want to say it's at least like 5 needles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, maybe around there. So, yeah, very cool. I don't know. I want to say it probably makes the top for me, at least. And since we have this one, we'll kind of mix this one in with it. So this is the BR75 Breacher. So to put it short, this is just the BR with literally 6 rounds in the mag missing and an increased fire rate. Speaking of BR, I want your BR helmet in comparison. So, okay, I picked up the ammo. I wasn't supposed to do that. But yeah, it's just really that much of a blast in comparison. Did he have a normal bulldog? Did he pick? Yeah, he had a normal bulldog. Not that big of a deal. What's here? Yeah, we'll pick this one up. So, as you can see, this thing's just... It's just so abnormal. Like, it's such a funky BR. Oh, shit. Please don't hurt me. Alright, well, that was kind of close. I almost killed myself. I'm not gonna lie. So yeah, it's just a, like, solid BR. Like, it's weird seeing the BR get a weird buff, really. But, oh, go on, jump up. So yeah, really that's all there is, the difference to this. It's a faster fire rate. Maybe there's a bit more bloom. It's hard to tell if there is, because BR really doesn't tell you if you have bloom or not. And, you just have less 6 rounds in the mag. I don't know what the difference is, you know, changing that much. Oh my god. They're all spawning with, like, grapples and stuff like that. So, yeah. Alright, well, moving on to the next thing, which you saw in the beginning, is the Arcane Sentinel Beam. Now, this thing goes through a drastic transformation between the two variants. So, the default variant has 250 battery in the mag, while this thing has 80. But this one is significantly stronger within the damage output in comparison to its original variant. As you can see, it just literally melts anything that really steps in the way. Oh yeah, in comparison for the BR, normal BR with 36 Breacher. Yeah, so there's the BR comparison. But like, I don't even have to like tell you this Sentinel Beam is stupid. Like, it's so strong. Yeah, like that. You can just tell it's so OP. So yeah. Alright, well, since we also have the energy sword here, let's go ahead and see if this is the one that I am looking for. No, it is not the energy sword I am looking for. So let's head up here and see if we also have the Commando up here. We're having a Commando spawn, so we'll see if this is not the one I'm looking for. Let's see, is there something up here I can yoink? Aha! So this is the Rebound Ravager. Now, to put it shortly, I am not much of a fan. Okay. Yeah, I hear you. Oh, he's gonna kill me. Alright, so this is... Oh, that's something we can take. So this is the Rebound Ravager. No, number one, I hate this variant. This is probably the worst variant in comparison to the original. So you can kind of see the issue with this one. It's just not very good. Even the charge shot bounces. I'm not quite sure what the thought of this weapon was, besides, hey, funny bouncy gun. So basically, charge shot bounces, normal shots bounce, and that is quite literally the only difference between this version and the normal Ravager. It's actually kind of funny how horrible this gun is, as in comparison to every other gun, which is significantly better than this thing, is just piss poor. So, because I have the other thing in my hands, this is the Sidekick Striker, as you can see at the bottom left. So the massive difference between this one and the normal Striker is that, number one, no bloom. Number two, it has 2 extra rounds in the mag. I'll be taking that. And it's a 4-shot damage requirement to the head, so it's meeting that middle ground between the Combat Evolved and the Halo 5 Magnum that, you know, feels like it's missing in this game. As you can see, it just kills extremely fast in comparison. So yeah, it's just a really good, like, actual, like, sidearm, you know. It's really matching that of what is the H5 Magnum, which is really nice. It's a very clean in that sense. Ooh, okay, that's gonna have to stay on the wall. So yeah, it's just that bot killed himself. I don't know how, but yeah, really no difference. Increased magazine size and no bloom and 4-shot requirement in comparison to the 6. So we'll pick this up, and now we're gonna just go on to the Impact Commando. So first of all, you won't see a major difference right now until I hold down the trigger and you look at my magazine size. My magazine size is 100% increased. Now, number one, this is done for balancing reasons, as this is quite literally as heavy assault rifle as the Commando is going to get. Because I originally thought, oh, the Commando is a heavy assault rifle, meaning that it's going to hit much harder and be able to hit precision shots. But this thing, okay, I can't do anything with that pulse carbine out there, so I'm gonna quickly use this. Is that the pulse carbine? I don't know if that was. No, that was not. I heard him. Where'd he go? So this thing is really only superior at ranges like that, because you'll notice that the bloom is drastically increased, but in comparison to the normal Commando, the damage output is also increased for this gun. I think it is anyway. I could be wrong, but we're good. It might not actually be increased, but you can tell the significant difference between the two. It's just the bloom is insane, and overall, the gun's ammo and magazine reserves are just cracked out of its mind. So, really interesting seeing how this gun's, you know, drastically different from the original. It's just, I kind of wish it was semi-auto. Like, I'm not gonna lie, that's the only thing I wish it was. 8-shot. I didn't know they kept that in the metal in the game. Alright, well, as you can see, that's just kind of the Commando. Not much you can do with it, besides, you know, use it like the Commando. But this here is actually the Pursuit Hydra. If it wants to finish reloading. Now, in comparison to the normal Hydra, number one, I think it locks on much quicker. And it has a 3-shot kill requirement in comparison to the usual 4. And it kills vehicles at a much quicker rate. Like, the rate of which it kills vehicles is, I think, 2 or 3 times as fast as the normal. So it's a very, very, very good Hydra. And it, like, by default has a really cool color scheme, but because I have all my customization and stuff, it doesn't really, like, meet anything. Is this what I think it is? Yeah, okay. So yeah, normal Hydra is, in comparison, kind of lackluster. Really nerfed compared to the H5, but it still does its thing in, you know, big team battle or whatever, taking out vehicles and so on and so forth. But we just picked up something fun. So this is the Duelist Energy Sword. Now the major difference between these is that I think it pulls out faster, but you can also swing with it faster, I believe. Maybe I get a speed increase. We'll have to look for one of these bots carrying around an energy sword to see if they even have a difference. Actually, you can see with this, I think. So if I run with this, It feels like I run faster. I could totally be wrong, but I don't know, just okay, here's the normal energy sword, and here's the Duelist. As you can see, it's kind of a glowy blue. Not that much of a drastic change. None of these weapons go through that much of a drastic change, but so this is Duelist. So this is normal energy sword. 1, 2, 3, and you have 1, 2, 3. It seems like the animation is shortened slightly, but not heavily. Yeah, I like, it's hard to tell the difference with these two. Besides, oh, this one actually is kind of like a more vibrant blue, I guess you could say. Even considering, you know, they're kind of both vibrant, but one's more vibrant than the other. So, yeah, maybe you get a speed increase. Oh yeah, I think you might get a movement speed increase, so really interesting. So yeah, very cool, but I don't think it's what the energies are needed. It's definitely a lot more balanced than some of the stuff that was in H5 anyway, so I think that's pretty much everything for this map. I'm only missing one more thing, so we're gonna go see if I can find it. There's the Sidekick again, which I'll yoink that. So give me 1 minute and I should be back with the other weapon I was thinking about. So give me 1 moment. Alright, so I'm back and I have found the next weapon. So this is the Mangler. Now visually there is literally no difference between this Mangler and, you know, the usual Mangler that we are used to. However, if you shoot at a wall, you'll notice the pellet spread's kind of interesting because it's actually 3 bullets all in one. Like if you shoot at a distance, you can kind of see there's 3 bullets there, and eventually they'll kind of like just patch away. So I think unlike the normal, which is like a 3-shot requirement or something, this thing's a 2 headshot requirement in comparison. But I think it's only better. Oh, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it is still 3-shot. What's the point, really? Yeah, not very interesting. You know, honestly, looking at it now, it really could be better. Oh, wait. Does it not? Hang on, let's see. I need to let my things regen. Can I? It still does. I don't know why that dude didn't die earlier. Come here. It's hard to tell whether or not this thing still has the shoot melee compatibility. Don't you try to EMP me? Oh, maybe it doesn't. Maybe it's lost it. Weird. Maybe you gotta hit him to the head, if not like upper body or something with this, but I gotta say, with the white color scheme, this thing looks really cool. Though I just wish I had something else to do other than, like, you know, more slugs. Maybe if it was more close to that of the Mangler from Halo 3, maybe it would be pretty interesting. But wait, hang on. You know, now that I mention it, let's try ADSing with it, because that's one thing I've noticed that seems to spread a little more. I got a perfect, so it's still that 3-shot requirement. So that's very strange. Well, either way, looks really neat. So yeah, I think we're kind of done. No, they're getting the Bulldog from random spawns. This Bulldog can't spawn on this map, fortunately enough. So yeah, we're gonna hop over to, I don't know, maybe streets. yeah, I think we're gonna go to streets. So I'll see you guys whenever we're loaded into streets and I find a new map for us to mess around on, or find a new weapon to mess around with. So I will be right back. Alright, so I ended up saying streets, but what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and load up into Fiesta on actually fragmentation. So mainly the reason I wanted to play fragmentation was, number one, we're gonna have access to vehicles. Oh, and we already have another one of the weapons. So hopefully, actually, I'm gonna have to cycle all of these. I have the Riven Mangler, which is something we've already done, and then you have a normal BR. Alright, so as you can see, this is the MA40 Longshot. Now the cool thing about the Longshot is that it's just a long-range AR that has more damage to it than the normal AR. So I did put a few bots in the game, so it might take a small bit of time for them to find us. And there's another weapon. So we have the Stalker Rifle Ultra. So I guess since we're kind of at a distance, maybe we can scope up some bots. So as you can see, this is Stalker Rifle Ultra. Basically what it is just Covenant DMR. Or Banished DMR, however you want to put it. You don't have like the sniper zoom anymore. It's literally just a DMR. But in comparison to the usual 5 shots this gun gets, this one actually gets 7. So it's very much so a huge upgrade compared to the other one. And I think it's still the same required amount of shots to kill as well. I'm just not hitting headshots here. Maybe we can use the AR at this distance. As you can see, you get to see how this AR tears through everything. Now, I think in comparison to the usual 500, or not 500, to the usual 36 rounds that you get in the normal AR, this thing gets 25. So it's kind of like a whole balancing thing they're kind of going for with this thing. But yeah, this thing here is probably one of my favorite weapons right now. It's just... it's so satisfying. It's weird how like the overheat works too, because you don't expect the overheat to work that well with this weapon, so it's kind of funky. This guy's below. Where'd he go? Oh, there he is. This thing is just so good. And he has the normal Cindershot, so it doesn't matter very much. But yeah, this AR is just so cheesy. Really fun though. I really enjoy the AR. Oh. Getting doubled here. Oh, here's a new weapon. So this is the Rapidfire Pulse Carbine. Now, this is probably how this gun should have been. So this is probably how this weapon was supposed to act, but for whatever reason, they just nerfed the hell out of it. But as you can see, it's just good in comparison to the usual one that, you know, everyone just has really been complaining about. This is basically what you're supposed to be using at this rate. I mean, in comparison, here's actually the normal one here. So this is the normal fire rate, and then this is the rapid fire rate. As you can see, the projectiles kind of go all over the place, which is very reminiscent of the plasma repeater from Halo Reach. This just makes the pulse carbine so much better than what its job is supposed to do. We'll pick this up too. So yeah, very cool. Basically, just hold the trigger down, make it almost like a plasma rifle. It's very nice. I don't think there's any range or damage increase with this thing. I think it's still just the same, because plasma bolts by default are actually going to do less damage anyway. So there's not much of a difference between all of them. And here I have the Purging shock rifle. Now, initially when I saw this, I couldn't find that much of a difference between it, besides the magazine going from, I believe it's 12 to 15 rounds, until I recently found out that... Okay, this thing's gonna kill me. I recently found out that I think in comparison to the normal shock rifle, it's a one shot, or it's 2 shots to kill, and this thing is 1 shot EMP. So in comparison to the normal shock rifle that is 2 shot EMP, this is significantly different. Which is really odd, because I think it takes more ammo then, because it seems like this has only a few shots in comparison to the usual. If it's wanting me to reload. Oh, die. There we go. So yeah, not much has changed with this thing. It looks kind of cool when it's white though. But yeah, its headshot capabilities are still there, so not much has changed with it. It's still kind of the same gun, really. Let's see. I might have to see if I'm missing anything, because I'm not sure if I'm missing any variants or not. Which is something I'll have to double check. But yeah, I don't know. It's like, some of these weapons are like changes that I was like, oh good, we got a change in weaponry or something like that. But some of them are just kind of poor on the list. Actually, we can check down low. Oh right, I know one I haven't seen yet. Or, no, I know a few that I've seen yet. I'm losing track of this, right? If any of this here has done its thing yet. Aha, here we go. We have the Convergence Bulldog, which you can probably already see the difference. So, this thing really doesn't bring the Bulldog up to par at all, unfortunately. It just extends its 2-shot capability, which is really unfortunate in my eyes. As I think they should have probably did something with it in comparison. So here's normal Bulldog. It has 7 rounds in the mag, and you can see the overall just spread. Really nothing interesting. Let's see, you get the Convergence, which tightens that spread and pretty much extends the 2 to 3-shot range, allowing you to do pretty much a lot more. That's a normal Spinker. Like right around there, I think is where you want the minimal range to be. But other than that, what did you just pick up? More Spinker, Pulse, Commando. So yeah, and in comparison to the 7-round mag, it has 12, which is ridiculous. Is that one? Yeah, it is what I think it is. Alright, so we're done with the Convergence. Nothing too interesting here. So here's the fun one. So this is probably like one of my favorite variants. So this is the Heatwave variant. Again, once again, it's not named for whatever reason, so either it's a bug within the game or something, or we just don't have a name for it yet. So this thing is actually really cool because this takes a lot of inspiration from Halo 5 Scattershot, which is pretty much its big brother at this rate. And there's another one there. As you can see, it's all white. Like, it's kind of like this word pearl kind of like pattern to it. It looks really cool. But it takes inspiration from its big brother, the Scattershot, from Halo 4 and 5, more around on the 5 variant of things, of the basic, as you can see, these projectiles are just fast too. It's kind of loud on my end, but I'm going to show you how these things actually work against an opponent. So you have to get like I don't want to say you have to get close, but this thing's a blast. It feels like it gives me a movement speed increase. I could be wrong about that, though. Let's quickly crack this open and see. This is a normal S7. So let's head up here and see if there's an enemy up here. Nope. Alright, well, we'll crack this open. Hopefully an enemy comes our way. Oh, that's weird. They're like wanting to track through the ground, but they can't. That's so weird. So as you can see, they kind of like ricochet towards the enemy, which is really interesting. That's another Rushdown hammer. Yeah, whatever, give it to me. So yeah, this variant is just really cool because it takes like the original aspect of the Scattershot and just kind of like upgrades it. Because by default, we already knew that this was basically going to be like the new Scattershot, but we didn't expect it to like carry over a majority of the different aspects the Scattershot already had. So this one is definitely one of my favorites. So like, see, like, it's just so nice having them track now. It's so good. Like, one thing about the Scattershot that a lot of people didn't notice is that it actually whenever it bounces off the surface, it will effectively like go towards your enemy. And this weapon is no difference, as this thing has basically a 2-shot minimum requirement. It's just such a fun gun. I love it. So by far, like, one of my favorites, like, overall in like the whole game's like weapon variants. Alright, so I nearly died getting this thing. So this is the Volatile Skewer. So the only difference between this skewer and the last one is that this skewer explodes. As you can see, it detonates after it kills someone or something like that. Not that much of a difference. Its white color scheme is kind of meh, not really that cool. I guess on impact with vehicles and players, it detonates instantly, but when you stick it to a wall, it kind of waits for a minute. Yeah, it just really isn't that impressive of an explosion. I'm gonna presume it probably one-shots its Warthog. Other than that, I don't know. But you can still zoom in like a normal skewer with the double zoom. I don't know what that bot was doing, but that was pretty funny. The only thing I'm waiting for on this map is sniper, and then I should be getting. Does it have like less drop off? Feels like it does. I could be wrong though. But yeah, we're just waiting for that sniper, whenever that is, and we'll be done with live fire, and I'll move on to streets. So I will see you guys soon. Alright, so finally, last weapon of this map. So this is the Flexfire sniper rifle. So the Flexfire sniper rifle holds 10 rounds, and you can see my reticle is vastly different. The only difference between this and the normal sniper rifle is, I believe, okay, if I don't die here, this weapon is a 2-shot headshot sniper rifle, but it fires faster, as it feels like it's draining out my voice. It doesn't even kill him like that. That's kind of ass. But it does make the sniper very a lot easier to use. Even like it can't even zoom in like twice. It's literally just it sounds really cool when you rapid fire it, but it reminds me a whole lot of what's it called? It's called End of the Line in H5, which is a 2-shot minimum requirement to the body, but to the head, the sniper was actually still lethal, but it just fired faster and had a bit more recoil. But in this case, this is far from it, honestly. Yeah. Honestly, it's cool, but as like a sniper rifle, it really lacks doing its job. So, yeah, that's pretty much everything on here. I think now we should probably head over to Streets so we can see the Backdraft Cindershot and the Tracker rocket launcher. So I will see you guys over there. Alright, so I finally have the M41 Tracker. So at default, okay, that was very short-lived. Alright, so as I was saying before a Needler just wrecked me, this is Tracker. As you can see, it locks on in comparison to the other version. If I were to compare this to a variant, I want to say it's closer to the high 5 than anything. But to be fair, on the Spanker, it's completely unique. For whatever reason, by default, the rockets actually can't lock on to anything, actually. Because I guess they wanted to nerf them or something in this game. So this is how this rocket pretty much makes up for that. Now, I don't think the tracking's too heavy because the reticle, when you take the reticle off the opponent, it's not like OP Hydra or Pinpoint Needler, but it's some tracking. It's definitely there for like vehicle usage, but really that's the only thing. And I really hope that is the Sendershot I need. But quickly, I want to see if I can get my favorite Fred voice line wherever one of these bots are.
Spanked him? More like killed him. Am I right?
He's dead. I love that voice line so much. Alright, so now this is the last weapon variant. This is the Backdraft Cindershot. So not very much of a difference besides if I could not get pulled into another Cindershot. There... Did it really despawn already? No. It's not very... Okay, well the bot picked it up and held it for me. What a nice guy. I want that weapon. Yeah. So it's still like the Cindershot. It's just you gotta use it in a specific way. That's how the Cindershot is to me. It's very specific. It's meant more for like, you know, AoE, like room clear than anything. Like overall, it's just... Whoa. Did you see that? Okay, so I wanna see that again. So I bounced it off this and held my reticle here. Hey, it came back. Did it bounce again? Does it bounce? Oh, it does. So I can redirect it anywhere I want it to after it bounces. Oh, okay. So that's kind of neat, but again, still, I feel like within the case of like the Cindershot, I feel like that's just kind of useless, you know? Like, you're better off just using it like the Plasma Caster from H5 or something. But yeah, I believe that is all the weapons. I'll double check my list and make sure that I have them all, but I believe that is all of the weapons. Alright, well, that comes to basically the end of the video. Oh, my bad. Let's zoom in like this here. So don't feel threatened if I am pointing my gun at you, because unfortunately machinima mode in this game does not have weapon lowering. I am not sure why, but it doesn't have it. So yeah, kind of a missed opportunity, but I ended up finding out some cool things about the camera that I'm using. However, I will not utilize them. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. It's kind of been a very late night. I really couldn't sleep, and I had the thought about the video, so I'm like, I'll just smash it out tonight. Why not? So it took me, let's see, I started recording, I want to say about an hour to get a lot of this footage. I mean, I'm still gonna have to edit it as I'm recording this outro, but I hope you guys learned something, you know, how to get these, how to find out these weapons and stuff, and so on and so forth. But yeah, I want to say that's pretty much everything. If you enjoyed the video, of course, you can always like, share, and subscribe. You know, really anything helps. Anything, please, I beg you. No, I'm kidding. But overall, I hope you guys enjoyed my suffering. I want to say, with bots and Cindershots, not a very enjoyable experience at the end of the day. Don't highly recommend it, but hope you guys enjoy Halo Infinite. I am waiting until December. There's going to be a lot of things happening with not only Destiny and Halo, and I'm sure plenty of other games are getting their stuff happening. Not sure if I'll be uploading anything Halo-wise within that case. I might do something Destiny-related, because Destiny is kind of like my go-to game now. However, Halo is always a top-tier choice, especially on Xbox. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Like, share, and subscribe, and I will talk to you guys later. Actually, before I go, I have a Twitter, so it should be at @komablader, or maybe it's just Oriah Coma, I don't remember. However, I want to see your guys' Spartans. I know that is kind of a harsh thing to ask for as of right now, considering a lot of people are not very fond of the customization system right now. But from what all of you guys have played and all of this stuff, send me your Spartan. As you can see here, I have my Spartan. I have the Fanatic armor set going on. To be fair, if you're wanting to, you know, just have a good armor set, just buy some of the HCS. It's literally $10. You spend $10 and you can get a very clean armor set using the Mark V helmet, which I'm really glad it came with, and a really nice BR skin, and you can also get an emblem, nameplate, and stuff. So send me your Spartans if you guys want to. Totally your choice. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. You know, I'll be around. You can always message me and stuff. Also, I stream not so frequently on twitch.tv/thekomablader. I know, kind of a mouthful. However, I'm over there. Sometimes I stream. I've been playing a lot of ranked over there for, I think, total of 4 hours, I think, in 2 separate streams. So I've been kind of like melting my brain out my ear when it comes down to ranked. So hope you guys will come around and join me. Also, you can also follow me on Twitter. At @komablader. I'll always be over there. I'm on there typically every now and then, scrolling through game updates and stuff. And I wouldn't mind seeing you guys tweet, you know, your Halo clips or something like that at me. If you guys start doing a bunch of clips or something of Halo, I will more than likely probably do some type of, like, if it gets big enough, I'll do maybe a daily highlight or something. I think that'd be very cool. Get you guys in on the videos and seeing what we could do there. There's been a few videos I want to make with friends, however, I haven't really had the idea of recording in the next week or so. Next week, because as of I'm recording this, it is currently Tuesday. This week I will be doing everything on Halo and Destiny, and then for the rest of the week I'll be taking a break until December 7th, or at least I'm going to try to take a break, just for the sake of not only like mental health and stuff like that. You know, it's the case that I'm starting to feel burned out with not only just Halo, but Destiny in general. So I'm just kind of taking a break. I'm also getting a new controller. it's hard to notice, but I have stick drift, and I've been playing so much ranked, I think I messed up my controller. So, little unfortunate in that case. However, I got a new one coming in. It should be in by today. So, yeah, I'll catch you guys later. Adios, guys.